I wonder if it's easier to sound American if you're British, or to sound British if you're American.
I think it's easier to sound American when you're British. They tend to be able to get ours way better than Americans doing British accents.
Mm-hmm. If you talk fast, no?
No.
Red Day.
Hey guys, welcome back to NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. Today we're going to be doing our Cyber Monday. Woo!
I'm going to join in from now on.
Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Alright, so our first topic that we're going to be talking about is this whole Adrien Broner and Andrew Caldwell situation that's been going on all day. They've been going back and forth with each other. If anybody forgot, Andrew Caldwell is Mr. I Am Delivered. That came out years ago. He was a viral sensation and he's been on it ever since. Adrien Broner is a boxer who originally people saw him as being kind of like Floyd Mayweather, but he kind of fell off a little bit because of his antics and his temper and pretty much him losing fights and not taking it humbly. He's very vocal in, you know, the way he loses. So he got a lot of growing up to do, and he kind of has fallen a little bit in that aspect. He's not as promised as people saw him was originally. Because, I mean, he's a good boxer. You can tell that he's just not polished enough. He's nowhere on, even though Floyd Mayweather is a jerk, he's nowhere on Floyd's level of being a boxer. But, yeah, so the two of them pretty much, Adrien posted a screenshot on Instagram telling Andrew to stay out of his DMs. This is before Andrew even posted anything. Then Andrew came back and has pretty much gone on a rant on his live, telling him that, you know, he's been asking him to do sexual favors.
He like his booty.
He like his booty ate.
Aiden. Not eating, but eating.
So he's been asking him. He's been in his DMs for 4 months, according to Andrew.
So you need to clean your booty real good. I don't know what that had to do with anything.
I don't know. He said that real randomly.
He did. He said that from that spike. You need to clean your booty.
So I don't know. Maybe they have been, whatever. But that's the
a lot
alleged
of inside
going
information
on.
saying he mixes the fake designer with the real. Mm-hmm. His booty's dirty, and he like his booty ate.
And he said he's
that's
offered to fly him to where he was. Andrew had said, Adrien has offered to fly Andrew to locations to meet up with him. And just a whole bunch of back and forth. Adrien is now, first he thought he was kind of doing it as a joke. Now he's getting serious, I guess, because he's getting in his feelings. Because Andrew is not stopping. He's on the shade room.
Mr. Broner seems very ignorant.
Yeah, he is. And he's talking about, you know, if he has his gun, he's going to shoot him in the face. Like, now you're taking it too far, bro. Like, if you are not gay, if you're not in his DMs, ignore him.
Right.
Like,
which is what he should have did from the start.
Right.
I mean, I ain't got but like 800 followers, and I have weirdos in my DM.
Right. You just ignore it.
Them. So I don't understand.
You delete and keep it moving. You don't put the person out like it's not necessary.
Lonely DM that this man had.
And even Andrew said that too. He was like, you have a blue check mark. So people are probably in your DMs all day long.
Right.
Why are you worried about my DM if you're saying I was the one that was in yours? Like, I'm sure there's many people in your DMs.
And it's not like, you know, this Caldwell is like on TV.
Right.
He's like a little like social media guy.
Right. He's a social media guy.
It's not even like, I could see if it was like Jussie Smollett says, because that's like a higher profile person.
Right.
But you're talking about some like he's a joke.
Mr. I Am Delivered. Like, nobody's taking him. He's you know, comedy pretty much. And that's what people see him as on there. And he's messy. Everyone knows he's messy. What I find
interesting is neither of them have yet to post screenshots.
Right. They keep saying they have receipts.
Yeah. But Adrien keeps saying, what's his name? Caldwell.
Andrew, yeah.
Andrew keeps saying.
He's like, I have my receipts.
Whitney Houston says, I have my receipts. We want to see her.
He's like, I'll post them when I'm ready. Even though this has been going on for over 12 hours.
He done went back and forth about this man want his booty ate.
Right.
He want all this stuff. But so that
he
you're
still
still
like, give us one. You can't give us one.
Give us the first one.
Yeah.
Which is the most important one.
Right. He's saying he's doing it from a separate account, not his real account, which I've heard from other gay men that they say that I forgot what they call it.
I don't think
It's
it's
a
just
special
gay men. I
name.
think it's celebrities who might be in relationships.
Yeah, that too. But I've heard it from gay men saying this.
Yeah.
That they get hit by famous people from a separate account, and they have a special name for it. I can't remember what it is, but they get hit from that separate account to, you know, get flued out.
Yeah.
So it's not unlikely. I don't know if it's true or not, but Adrien, leave it alone.
I'm saying though,
leave it. Just
Adrien
forget
Broner, you're an athlete. Even if you like, you couldn't do better. Get you a better looking side nigga.
For some reason, this
like
Andrew,
one of them niggas you was bust down Tatiana.
Yeah,
they were all cuter. Why would you?
Yeah. Ooh, that look good. Hold on.
that other one, he's a boxer too. That Javante, whatever his
Light
name
skin
is.
one?
Yeah, he's also a boxer.
They were kind of close to each other.
Yeah, people have said he's questionable as well. You never know. But yeah, why are you entertaining this Andrew person? All you had to do was ignore it. That's all you had to do. Why are you giving him any shine? Because this is what he lives off of.
Right.
That's why he sued every 2 seconds. Years ago, it was what was Portia's ex-husband?
Something Dell.
Cordell Stewart. He owed Cordell Stewart a lot of money because of his slander that he had on him years ago. He's brought out other people where he's saying, you know, this person has tried to sleep with him, and this is what he does. So you entertaining it and talking about you gonna shoot him in the face, like you putting yourself out there. Like, just stop. People already are like, see, now you're doing too much. Now you're making yourself questionable by keep bringing it up every 2 seconds.
At most,
let that shit go.
I mean, who hasn't been hollered at by a gay person? Like, you know, if a female came at me, like, hey, I'd be like, all right, girl. Like, I don't go that way.
Leave it alone.
You
like,
sit
it's
there
not
and get
that
all hot under
serious.
the collar.
Right. Why are you getting so huffy puffy? Like, just leave it alone. Everybody knows that this Andrew
I have
Caldwell is a
always
liar.
personally questioned the men
Who
that
get all
would,
extra
yeah,
with it.
like, especially if they're interested in me,
Right.
and they're like, oh, that
And start posting
he needs
stuff.
to get away from me.
Yeah.
I'll punch him in his face. Like, he's all across the street. Ooh,
Right, like
he's
he
too
is
mad.
his own. Like, even the ones who weren't even bothering anybody. They could
Yeah.
be a gay man all the way over here.
Just walking like, look at him, man. He deserved this and that.
Yeah,
Like,
I should go over there and smack him. Like, why? He's minding his business. So those are the ones you need to question. Like,
Right.
why are you so upset about this? What kind of underlying feelings are you harboring? There's something wrong with you. So that's the whole situation. I don't know how it's playing out. It's still going on
These
as we
both shut
speak.
up. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's
Post the
stupid.
damn screenshots. If
That's
not,
what
then
everybody's
shut
been
up.
waiting for. Like, if you either post it or just shut up about it. Nobody
Right.
wants to hear about it anymore because now it's just dragging out.
Exactly.
So
Next.
yeah, that's just them and their stupidness. So we don't know what's gonna happen there. Next we have Jess Hilarious in the news again for some shit that she done said that now she's apologizing for, and a lot of people aren't taking her apology this time.
Her apology was a joke.
Hey y'all, what's going on? I know the situation that I'm in now. It's had my head fucked up as it should. So I've been choked up about it. It's really been bothering me that there's being a picture painted of me like I'm a xenophobe or, you know, I'm racist, you know, prejudiced, or, you know. So I wrote a statement, and I wrote this myself. Sorry I didn't go hire a publicist to get me through this or, you know, write it for me, but I feel like nobody can say what I want to say like me. I don't need nobody talking for me, so here it goes. So naturally, in my previous post, I was defensive, but that happens when you don't take the time to really know what's transpiring. In understanding the error of my actions, I have to first acknowledge the rooted issues, which means racially profiling a group of individuals based on their appearance. And on top of that, publicizing it.
She was like, and then I want to say.
Yeah, the apology, I don't feel like it was genuine. Because she was so tough about it when she did it.
She was like, I'm going to fuck. I said I was scared for my life.
Yeah.
And this and that. And what I want to know, I heard a part of her apology. It seems like she's just really just apologetic because of the backlash.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that?
Pretty
Especially
much-
being a person of color.
Right.
And black people go through this all the time.
Right.
You would just see someone expressing their faith and say, oh, I'm scared to get on a plane with them.
And what happened was she was on an airplane and I think it was 4 Sikh men were on the plane.
They were wearing turbans.
They were wearing turbans, and she zoomed in on them and were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She states that everyone was evacuated off of the plane, and when they got back on the plane an hour later, those 4 men weren't there. So she was insinuating that the reason that they were on the plane again without those men is because something wasn't right.
Right.
And she
They
got
could have
real
been
defensive.
victims of racial
It could
or
have been.
religious profiling, whatever
Right.
you want to call it.
Or maybe it was just something, you know, that came up. They couldn't get it. It could have been overboarding,
Illness.
over something. You never know. But she made it seem that it was because, you know, that they were terrorists.
Well, we all know that, there's a lot of racial profiling even amongst the black community dealing with law enforcement. So that's like a white person seeing some black people get pulled over and like, see, I knew it.
Right.
He was up to something. They could have very well been removed from the plane, because I've heard of people getting removed from planes for speaking Arabic.
Right.
It's not against the law, but it's like, oh, you can't do that here, and they become a target.
Yeah, and it's,
So-
ever since 9/11, it's been pretty much targeted that anyone that wears any type of
She's so
covering.
dumb. When did she post that? Because there was
turban.
the mosque shooting in
Right. She
New
claims
Zealand.
that she didn't know about it at the time she posted what she was saying, her ignorant comments. She's saying she found out about the New Zealand shooting after the fact. And that's why she decided to change what she was saying. And she said some people of the faith came in her, her DMs and was trying to school her, as she said, and she apologized based off of that. But like, even if you felt that way, you didn't have to post that.
No.
You could have called your trifling ass boo, Country Wayne or whatever. Talk to him about it. Y'all could have kikied it up with each other, because both y'all asses is ignorant. So y'all could have kikied it up with each other and kept it at that. You decided to post it and then come back and berate people for saying that you were ignorant in your comments and make it seem like you were right, that you feared for your life.
There
For
are
what?
white people who fear for their lives in the presence of black people. Does she agree with that?
Right, and you
Does
being
she
a
need-
black woman in the entertainment industry, you know how hard it is.
And she
based
grew
off
up
of
inner
just
city
skin.
Baltimore.
Right.
So I know she's no stranger to, law enforcement being an issue, which typically is in inner cities. How black people are targeted. People clutch their pearls when we get in elevators.
Right.
And so I guess she would say that they're within their right to do that, unless there's a church shooting
Yeah.
of black people. Then they have to, reevaluate.
Right.
You don't need a shooting to understand that just looking at someone for their religion or their clothes. I mean, unless it's 90 degrees outside and someone has on a whole, puffer coat with a hat, and it's like, okay,
Right.
you look suspicious. But just
Just because
barely
somebody is expressing their faith.
you're
by
not
wearing
from
a-
like some little
come on
little
now.
town. You're from Baltimore.
Right, like
you ain't
you-
never seen no people with turbans on.
And you have, and you were just trying to be ignorant, and you thought the shit was funny. And when you realized that people weren't laughing with you, that's when you tried to come back and try to fix it afterwards, when people probably were in your ass about it.
And I think comedians do this all the time. Like, they have to make these risks, take these risks, and say sexist jokes and lewd jokes, and call people bitches, making jokes about kids and stuff like that.
Right.
And sometimes it flies and sometimes it doesn't. So I think that she just was willing to take that risk. And she said other things, just didn't catch, like this.
Yeah,
particular
people
comment
have,
did.
and that's what people were saying. They were like, no, we're not accepting your apology, because this isn't the first time that you've said some shit and, came back like, oh, I'm sorry. And they were like, the first time, okay, it was a mistake. Second time, maybe okay. But you keep doing the shit over and over and over again. At some point, it's like, you just need to shut
She
the hell
reminds
up.
me of like the old men in the barbershop that just say fuck shit out of their
Yeah,
mouth.
right.
Like, oh, these people are cockroaches. And
Right. Just
they-
say stupid stuff out their face.
these
But-
immigrants taking our jobs. And like, you can't be a public figure, and you asked for this life, Jess.
You did.
You made yourself famous on Instagram. You wanted the attention. You're damn sure enjoying the money.
Right.
So you have some social responsibility now.
Right.
You need to exercise it.
And that's what she said in her apology, but
Fuck that
we'll
apology.
see, because right, exactly, because people are like, no, we're not taking it. And I think her apology came from the fact that she got some shows coming up.
Yeah.
And she didn't want no smoke as far
She
as
don't want no
that.
protests
Yeah,
and-
even though I think she's going to be here in New York at Caroline's, which is a very, popular comedy club for comedians for years. So I don't know how that show was going to go for her. I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be some type of heckling going on. But yeah, your comment was ignorant.
There's
and then
a very big Muslim community in New York City.
Yeah.
Entire neighborhood.
So they might,
might pull up on you, throw you some eggs and shoot Jazz, be ready.
And then your man coming out saying his little stupid, oh, forgive her, she apologized. If you take one drink, you will out. Like, what were you saying?
No.
Maybe you should have wrote your shit down, because you wasn't making any type of sense either.
No.
So anyone who's coming to her defense, she's young. Like, you can't use that. Jess is a
not that
grown
young.
ass
She's
woman.
A mother. Like,
yeah, like you a grown ass
is
person
that what
with
you teach your child
responsibilities.
to run from Muslim people,
Right.
from Sikhs, from people who are different from him? Is that what you teach him? Oh, if you see
Right.
this, run. That's not right.
And even if you don't know the difference, which a lot of people don't, I am still learning myself. But I would never sit there and say some shit. She just no. What she said was just ignorant.
Sikhs Muslim?
No.
Because I know Hindus wear turbans too, right?
Right. Sikhs are not
So,
necessarily Muslim.
She even got her racism wrong.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Like, you can't. You're messing it up. You're just saying shit.
You're supposed to be afraid of Muslims, Jess. You got it fucked up. Like, you're so ignorant.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's the whole.
Like, if you're gonna be ignorant, you're not even doing it right. Like, you were supposed to the
now that just shows you ignorant.
Exactly. Like, do you even watch? You don't even take the time
ignorant.
to figure out who you're really supposed to be racist towards.
You're just saying some shit.
Anyone with a piece of cloth on their head, you think they're a terrorist. You're dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're supposed to be. I'm saying that if the stereotype is supposed to be Islam, you're supposed to run from Muslim folks,
Right.
and you don't even have the right religion. You're stupid.
Yeah, so what she did was ignorant, and everybody's coming at her, and rightfully so. So hopefully
And she was
she
so strong
does
about
this
it.
time learn her lesson as far as saying ignorant ass shit.
Remember, we're from New York, so we were actually in high school when 9/11 happened.
Right.
And there was a lot of violent incidences against not just Muslims, other stupid people like Jess.
Mm-hmm.
They were going after anyone who looked Middle Eastern.
Anyone in a cover-up.
Anyone at all. Even if you just had an accent, you could be
It
Persian.
was a free-for-all.
You could be Hindu, Indian.
Yeah.
You could be anything where they just felt like. You could be
was a mess.
Moroccan. They were just like.
They were just saying things and doing things. And
You could be Guyanese, as long as you're the wrong shade of brown.
People are saying, oh, it's, social media hyped it up. I mean, yes, it did play a part, but it's up to you to have your own
That
mind.
was pre-social media.
No, I'm talking about now. People, like, over the years, they're
yeah.
saying, because even on the news, they showed it a lot and tried to play it up, too, as being, people are supposed to be against. It's the Muslims. So,
Just like you have Christian extremists
Mm-hmm.
that have killed in the name of Christianity.
Right.
Every religion has their weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we have a community very close by that is mostly Muslim.
Yeah.
And they have their mosque, and you see them walking up down with their children.
Right.
So I would be crazy to believe the programming
Like,
because they're right in my
hide
face.
myself. Like, it's just ignorant. What you said was
We are
ignorant.
very exposed to different religions here.
As well as she was. I'm
Of
pretty
course
sure.
she was. Come on.
Yeah, so Jess, with the mess, I hope you figure out that your mess, is getting you in some shit.
Right.
So figure that out. All right, so next we have, Miami spring break. It was a fucking free-for-all.
Lord.
I don't know what happened, what they was drinking, what they was smoking, but there was fights every damn where. And now apparently they're canceling spring break, I guess, as it's been known to be. I don't know if they're going to bring it in a different form or allow people to do it in a different way, but they pretty much are saying the residents are tired of bullshit and they're canceling it. I'm sure they've seen videos of everybody fighting in the street.
Yeah, the particular video of that man punching
There
this
was a
woman
man that
clean out.
punched a young lady in her
She
face.
looked like
He
she
needs to
in
go
the
to
ambulance.
jail. And the people who stood there and videotaped, there were people like coming into her face, or while she's on the floor.
I didn't make it that far because once he knocked her, I was like, I can't watch that.
There were people filming it, like, and there was tons of men. Nobody hemmed him up, like, no, and even to say nobody called the police, nobody held him in a corner until the police. You guys sat there and watched this man punch this girl in her face and knock her clean out. What is wrong with you people?
And I think that a lot of women need to learn from that situation, because I think a lot of times as women, we come into contact with men who have a conscience. Mm-hmm. And we need to understand that some men just don't.
They don't.
So while you're getting loud and clapping, be aware of your safety, because men can break your eye socket or really do some permanent damage. So ladies,
and I'm surprised she did it, because there was nobody there that held her up. She fell clean on that floor.
Out. And he didn't hit her like he hit her like a nigga. Like he hit her so hard that she was like comatose.
Right. And like, where were her people? Who was she with? Where's his people? Who was he with?
They probably were right there.
That's sad. So right that lets you know. I hope whoever she came with, that they are no longer. You'd be surprised how often that happened,
because I've actually been hit in the face by a man, and I was among friends.
I wasn't there.
She was not there. For the record, I was among some fake ass bitches in college, and I got into a fight with a couple, and the guy punched me right in my face, and I could hear the fear in my friends' voices.
Yeah.
But they damn sure didn't stop him from hitting me.
Yeah, no.
So, ladies, first of all, you need to don't move with shady bitches.
Yeah, watch who you with.
Don't be cursing and bucking all up in a man's face, because he just might. And I think we rely on that. Like, oh, he's not gonna hit me. What he gonna do? Hit me? Yeah, he might.
Right.
He just might. So be prepared.
And it might not be a light tap.
No. He might not even smack you. He might close fist connect.
Right. So
with your face.
Dismiss yourself from them type of things.
Right.
Like, don't get involved in that. So
what else we got?
That was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
All
right, so there wasn't too much in the entertainment streets this week. That's pretty much what the topics we have. Again, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren.